Howdy YouTube, and welcome to this episode of the Gunman. So the wait is finally over. I've had people asking me to review the 3M Accuspray for years. I mean years and years, so probably not long after I even started this channel. So we're going to start off by having a look at a little bit of the book that they sent out. You know, just got a bit of literature on it to, you know, help you decide whether or not you should get it or not. And as you can see there, that might be a little bit of handy information there to see that the fan on these plastic caps actually does die out. You can see after 20 sprays, they even say that it's going to be pretty much dead. So the 3M rep said that really, you know, 2 or 3 sprays if you're using color with it, maybe 5 to 15 if you're using primer or something like that. So this is a bit of a look at the tips here, and as you can see there, the current ones have the PPS2 adapters on them. I believe that UK, I actually saw someone on Instagram saying that UK don't even have the PPS2 yet, so I'm sure it'll be not too far off, but it was a little bit surprising to me because Australia is usually behind on those kind of things, but not in this instance. So as you can see there, the kit comes with everything you're going to need to get you started, just a little bit of everything. So just a couple of tips, a PPS hard pot. So this is obviously actually an older kit by now. They'll probably have to update it to the PPS2, but not to worry. They sent out a box of PPS2, and yeah, I was able to do the review. But it's something worth keeping in mind. If you are to go and get the 3M Accuspray system, you will need to get yourself some PPS liners as well, because it's the only pot system that is compatible with this system. So as you can see there, it's all a plastic spray gun. I mean, there's a few metal parts on it, including the needle and stuff like that. And yeah, the trigger obviously, but you just clip that plastic throwaway air cap onto the front of the gun. Obviously being pretty careful that it has clicked in properly. Now, I made a post on Instagram asking the community what they thought of this spray gun. I was actually extremely surprised at the amount of feedback I got back from the community. It was actually really cool. One of my most popular posts ever on Instagram, I must say. So the basic general consensus is they're okay for primer. They can save a little bit of time, but apart from that, they're not very great. I've had a few people say that they work in industrial or aircraft and stuff like that, and they like them because they're not going and putting materials through their top dollar spray guns. It's actually going to ruin the spray guns. So there are some industrial coatings that really don't work too well in your normal spray gun because they go off too quickly, or they just start sticking to the insides of your spray gun, and you're constantly cleaning them out. So the plus side of this is that you can use it and you can just throw the tip away. If it stops spraying properly halfway through your spray because the material's thickening up or whatever it be, you know what, stuff it, we're going to throw the tip out, get a new one, and continue on spraying. Little downtime and little stuffing around. Now, I decided to take it into the booth. I always, with a spray gun, I go straight into the deep end. You know, I'm not going to be pissing around and spraying door jams with it. I'm just going to say, you know what, let's see how this thing sprays clear. And I wasn't very impressed. I must admit, it was like flying blind. I couldn't really see what was going on. In its defense, it was silver, and you do have a high reflectivity on your silvers, so it can be hard to actually see where your wet edge is and if it's wet. So it's very rare that I get halfway through spraying something and then give up and go and grab a top dollar gun, and that's actually what I had to do this time. And I haven't actually gone back and used it since for any door jams or spot repairs or anything like that, because I just can't see myself wanting to, if you know what I mean. Like, that was always a plan, you know. I was like, let's just, you know, give it another try and see what it's like. But when I've got guns there that are designed for spot repairs, like mini spray guns, and you know, I've got like $1,000 plus spray guns. why would I go and use this? You know, it doesn't spray very well. I don't like making negative reviews, and I have outlined a few positives. Some people actually say they like to spray flakes through it. I believe this gun here is actually quite cheaper in America than what it is in Australia. So you're talking, I heard $100 will get you one of these kits. Whereas I think here in Australia, you're looking at around $250. Wouldn't really say it's good value, especially considering that there is an ongoing cost related with buying the tips. And I think a box of them, what did he say? It was like $2 or $2.50 per tip or something like that. So, you know, when you're spraying, you know, say $60,000 respray on an aeroplane, and you're using maybe say some epoxy or polyester product primers or whatever it be that is gonna just ruin the gun, yeah, you can justify that. I was always also thinking, oh well, you know, even if it's not good for automotive industry, like, you know, the kind of work that I do, maybe it'd be good for people at home. But they're HVLP tips, and you guys probably already know what I think about HVLP. They are air pigs, like they chew a bit more air. So if you're at home with a smaller compressor, can't really say I would recommend it, and it doesn't lay it on nice, if you know what I mean. Like, there's certain guns, like say my DeVilbiss Pro Light, I could just say anybody go and grab that with a T20 or something, or even the T110. You'll just be able to plug it in, full fan, full fluid, even if you like, 2-bar pressure, and it will just spray that clear out like butter. It's going to spray the metallics down nicely. I can't imagine this thing's going to spray metallics very well. However, you know, if you were just painting that back panel on, like this job that you're watching me do here, if it was just that back panel and you didn't want to clean the gun out, well then, yeah, maybe I could see myself using it. But honestly, it doesn't take that long to clean a gun out. It really doesn't. And being that you've still got to clean it out a few times if you want to get some sort of efficiency out of it, well, the few times that you are cleaning it out, you're not saving anything at all. You know, you may as well have just used your normal gun, unless it's just a complete one single use, throw it out, then you're not saving any cleanup time, really. I can't see that you are anyway. So yeah, and that's not me hating on 3M. Obviously, why would I do that? They are innovators. They've got some amazing products in the industry. They actually sent this out to me, and look, I told them from the start, I said, look, I do reviews, so it might be positive, it might be negative, and you know, you're just gonna have to wear it. So I do thank them for sending it out, although personally it's not a favorite of mine. Should it have made it into my top 8, or it would have been top 9 including this? Should it have made it into my top 8 primer gun review? Maybe, possibly, but I didn't have the PPS pots to go with it at that time. They didn't get them in time for me to actually include it in that review. It's slow for primer, as you see here. So first up I used it for clear, and then I decided I'll use it for primer, and it's capable. It's definitely capable as a primer gun, but it is quite slow. It does have a very low overspray, so I can see why some people would like it as a primer gun. But we're going to do a side-by-side comparison for this gun right next to my PRI Pro Light, if you hang around for another minute. And it just felt blisteringly fast. I must say, after doing a full batch of prime-ups with this thing, and then going back to the PRI Pro Light, it was just like, wow, so fast. So look, any time that you will save from not cleaning the tip out will be negated by smashing that primer on twice as fast with your normal gun. You know what I mean? Look, I think I've just about covered all the pros and the cons. If I have missed something, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And I do highly recommend everyone who is interested in getting one of these jumping over to my Instagram page and finding that post. It shouldn't be too far down. I guess that'll depend when you're watching this video. But yeah, go over to my Instagram page, find that post where I asked the community about the Accuspray. There is over 100 comments on there from people who have used them. People love them, people hate them. And yeah, just highly recommended checking that out. And here is a bit of a side-by-side comparison. So in the bottom corner, you've got the 3M Accuspray, and have a look at just how fast that PRI Pro Lite goes. So keep in mind that both of these guns are 1.8, so we don't have an advantage by having a larger fluid tip size there. It's just the delivery. And they say to run them at 20 PSI, however I've found that's quite low. It was definitely way too low for spraying the clear. You can do it for primer, but I still found it's just way too slow even for primer, so I bumped it right up to 30 PSI or around 2 bar. And to put that into perspective, this PRI Pro Lite that you see me spraying with, that was only running at about 15 PSI. I would actually really like to see 3M do a revision on the air caps and yeah, just refine them a little bit, maybe open that fan up a little bit, do some, say, Trans-Tech or whatever you want to call it, LVLP air caps instead of the HVLP, and see if we can get some better spraying out of them, and then it might really improve the review from me. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. I know Costas Luisis, I've probably butchered the name, he's been bugging me for a while to make this video, so I hope you're happy with it, and yeah, I hope I didn't miss anything out. I hope I didn't bore the hell out of you. Thanks for watching, and until next time, get out there and paint some shit. Gunman out.